Hi everyone. So, welcome to day 29. We are here for yet another again this day for continuing our project which we started 4 weeks ago. We have progressed very good. Now we are in stage working with the APIs. So, first let's get back to the Jira and we will track what the today's task and what should we start. And then let's go back to the code and we will see what we have built till now and what more need to be built. So let me show you the Jira. And now in the Jira, you can see we have started with the backend. And in the backend, we have started with the API development. So we have completed the user, we have completed the profile. So let's do with the post. We'll start with the post. It's in Scrum Sprint 3. Deadline is 11. So hope we will complete by that time. Now, if it's there in the API, so let's make another file in the API. What to name it? Posts.py. So what does it contain? Again, it contains the similar thing. These things are similar. So now we have a class which is known as posts, which will import the resource, or you can say it will be a subclass of resource itself or child class of resource. It will become, yeah, it will use resource class, so it will be a child class of the resource. So now it will have def get. So for that we require JWT. So at the rate def, not at the rate, it's def get self. We will, for now, let's make it pass, and we will have def mm, post. So currently we have only two functions. There is no option for edit or delete currently. So we will make only these two functions. But now we have to think, what does a post should contain? If you remember, the post have the function of uploading files and a caption. So I don't know how to upload the post or how to upload a file. So for that, the first thing I know that I have to set up the folder to upload. So where that should be happening? That should be happening in the configuration, because that's the configuration. Let's say configuration is for upload folder. And what we do? We will configure upload folder. So we will configure here upload folder. How does we configure that? os.path.join. So this is one of the thing that can be done. So let's check in uh, how to set up upload folder. So let's say if you don't know, we can do this in Flask. So now you can see there's something went wrong. Let's refresh it. So let's go to Stack Overflow. So first thing, they said that you have to make upload folders, but how to make that? So you can see it has some setup of uploads folder and app config upload folder. So we can state it this way. right? Or using dot slash uploads. We can use that. So what we will do, dot slash uploads. So there is one problem that we will solve later on. First of all, let's configure this. After configuring this, in the app.py, what we have to do, it's the first time of the running application, so we have to make a folder. So we have to import OS for that, because OS can make a folder in the OS. os.makedir. I don't know about this makedir function, but I know about this makedir is used for making the folder. So you can see here it is showing there is nothing like that. So os.makedir. So let's say I have used this to read that. We decide the path. So path will be, again, path will be uploads, exists, okay, equals to true. So what will it does? It will create the folder if it's not there. So let's say I have coded this, but I don't know is it correct or not. So let's first run it. I'm hoping that it's correct. So now So now you can see there is a folder which is named as upload is created. So our code is correct, right? So let's stop this and now get back to the part of post API. Where the thing is, we will post the APIs. For that, what we do? Again, for this as well, we have to use JWT required. So first we have to define this class. So let's define it. This is a resource class. To set up posts APIs. This is a get method of the API. So why this is important? This is just to maintain the code readability and use it for further enhancement. We can also add more things at later stage of the project. So let's, for the basic understanding, we are doing this. Now, what you can see, we will add a parser, which will again parser dot request parser, request parse dot request parser. I guess it was not that. It was request parser dot request parser, R capital and this capital. right? So let me check, it's confirmed. Now we will add the arguments. So you can also check the argument, whatever the argument you have, it is for this part. So database will have that thing to store. For posts, so for the post ID is something that is generated, user ID is something that will be used, date time will be something that will be generated again, caption and post file name is something that will be coming from the front end part. So two things from the front end, we are also sending, so this is for get, so we will sending the data, so nothing to do with this. Again, first thing into sending data, what we do, we will send all the details, whatever, every details, like post ID, user ID. So what to do if that is called, we will likely using that to send the data. But one thing, mm, temp post is equals to posts dot. So let me check models, because in the models we have defined something as posts. So now there's a mismatch. So posts and posts. So let's rename it as post APIs, api.py. Now here we will import posts dot query dot all dot order by. So what does order by does? Order by maintains the order. So again, we will say post dot created at comma desk. So let's confirm this in the for using documentation. So what's the documentation for that? SQL Alchemy, command order by. So it's dot desk. So it's not comma, it is directly at dot desk. So this will define all the posts. Now, based on the date and time. Now, we will send the data. So that will in the return function, and return will be based on message data fetched successfully. We want to send data, and data will have another thing. First thing is the post ID. But here you will see there is one mistake. So now the use case of Marshall bit is there. Like now you have a list of data. Now every time you can't send single data one by one, right? And you cannot make every data count. So here we will use Marshall bit. output field. So for that we have to define output field. Uh, posts post underscore id, that will be so let's check how. Here instead of that, now we'll search Marshall with Flask RESTful. So you can see this, and now fields dot. So it is fields. So what does fields mean? So any of the column is known as a field, or parameter is known as field, and now we have to send it type. So it is type of string. So its field is not imported. So let's import that as well. Now timestamp. Or instead of that, let's say created at itself everywhere to have a common name. Fields dot date time. Then there is a user ID to him to which it belongs to. That will be fields dot string. So now next thing is mm, caption. Fields dot string image fields dot string. We have to send this much thing. Also likes, but likes is a fields dot integer. So now even if we will write just temp post, it will make that happen like that way. And this will be as 200. But this will happen if there is data. So to do that, what we do, we will as temp post, then we will return. Else we should return message no posts found, comma 200 404. It should not be 404 because that could be possibility. So this is a thing. We will set up the code for post for get APIs, and one more thing for the get API we will learn tomorrow. So for that, I can just give you a hint. You can look for that. I will also look for that and come with more preparation. So that is pagination. How to use pagination to send the data, because now you can think. If you think about the post, there can be a thousand and thousands of posts, right? Now, if you think a post of 10 crore and you send all the data at one go, what will happen? It will take a lot of time to send the data, right? So we can send a chunks of data, let's say 10 data, 20 data at a time, and then when there is a scroll or next, there could be option that now next 10 will be sent or next 20 will be sent. So that could be a better way, right? So we will look into that tomorrow. So I hope till here it is understandable. Now in the post, we will do that tomorrow as well for this part. For now, this is good. This is good to go. We will add this in the what should say, in the app.py. We will add the resource. We will add profile as well. Profile, comma, post APIs. And now we will add resources. So one more thing. Now you can see in the profile, I just wrote one URL, but there are two functions, that is put and get. So both will work with this profile, and with the things it will check for the method and it will set to all those things. We will look into that thing. Now in the post APIs, we will again write slash API slash posts. So this is good to go for today. So let's come back tomorrow again with all of those things, and we will continue with that from there, and we will work on that. Thank you and have a nice day.